Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. Today, it's back into Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. This is our Let's Play against the Soviet AI. First time through the game, we are holding on, much like John Travolta. We're staying alive, and we'll try to continue that this turn. We've got to make it to January 1st for the next point check. We really can't lose anything from this point on. We'll take a big overview of the map. We'll go look at the reserves, see if there's anything that can help us. I think there are a few things back there. We'll start to move some pieces about the board. I've been watching the World Chess Championship. It's got me thinking chess-like. Hey, Battling Geezer, how are you? Hi, Erzbeck. Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday to everyone. It's a beautiful sunny day here. I actually went to a tree lighting ceremony last night, and in typical California fashion, of course, there was no snow, but they blew bubbles all over us to recreate snow. So that's how California. Now, I grew up in Chicago where there's real snow, and I think about my kids someday. All they're going to know is bubbles. So yeah, they might not be as tough as I made of Chicago steel. Anyway, this is going to be a fun turn because I really, at this point, have no idea what's going to happen with this game. I think we could possibly escape. If I had to put percentages on it, I don't even know where I'd start. I think there's maybe a 30% chance we get out of this, but that makes for good viewing. It makes it more interesting than me just running around the board doing whatever I want. And I do appreciate, has the AI been perfect? Certainly not, but it's given a good challenge, which is all you can ask. Hey, Salty Dodger, and Paul Sanders is here. Welcome, Paul. Okay, let's jump down on the map. Let's do it. Let's see. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to take a big grand overview of where we are. Of course, we've got the Narva line. Pskov is under all kinds of pressure, and we really don't have enough units up here. Now, what I was hoping is to get these guys out faster, let them set up here. Now, I've given up Valeki Luki, but I can get back into these deep woods, into the rough, into the swamp. This is very defensible terrain, and we've got to use every bit of the terrain advantage we have at this point. You can see he's made a little bit of a mini breakthrough with one of these cavalry units. It's something I think we can, counter, but we got to get forces moving this way because Pskov is under all kinds of danger, and we really can't afford to lose it. It's worth points. We can't lose anything worth points at this point. Sure, okay. We've moved most of our Air Force back, all our Air Force. Listen to me as an American. The Luftwaffe, we'll continue to move them a little bit just to get them set up at some place that's safe where they can still operate and help us out because we definitely need ground support. Up here in the salient, we're hoping some of this gets routed, at least when it comes to the infantry divisions, the panzer divisions, and the motorized divisions. We've got a group of them that are about to, at least make it down to here or so, and hopefully can start to help with our defense. You can see another kind of uh, attempted breakthrough here. It seems like the AI switched off of coming straight at Smolensk, where we have a lot of defense, and has instead said, hey, there's a weakness here. Let's try to get to Vitebsk and just cut it all off. We'll have to, kind of double back some of these units over here to hold that off. We got all kinds of problems down the Dnieper. We just don't have strong troops here. Now, luckily, Ernst Highway to Hell has got some troops that are coming back. They were stuck out here. We've almost got them out. I think several of them can actually move a fair distance anyway. Come help here at Mogilev. Now, none of this is worth points, but it looks like he's trying for an envelopment of Smolensk, and we cannot lose Smolensk. As we get out into this area, I would call it kind of the Minsk Defense. We don't have a whole lot, but the AI seems to have abandoned it. It's trying to move north towards Mogilev. Thank goodness. We have Hungarians out here. I don't think that they could stop much. We're kind of giving this to the Soviets. Come out into the marshes. Welcome to my marshes, where they get eaten by Soviet alligators out here, I hope, because we have nothing else out here. The defense of Kiev is a shit show. I'm trying to react. You never want to be in that position where you're in total reaction mode. But now it's kind of, okay, where's he pressing? Okay, let's move guys there. Where's he coming from? Okay, let's move guys there. We got to fix that, or try to anyway. But of course, we've got big weaknesses south of Kiev as well. Now, luckily, he seems to have abandoned this kind of tunnel where I thought he could really drive through and cause us problems, but instead he's kind of massed here around Vinica. We'll see if that changes this turn. We've got a Swiss cheese line down here near the Romanian border. If certain towns in Romania get taken, the Romanians stab us in the back and switch sides, so we've got to try to stop that. We've got a mass of units that are trying to get back over here towards Odessa, and starting this turn, I think we really can start moving a lot of this stuff around the bend, because a lot of this stuff can get out. We just got to make sure that it gets across this river, and then we have to defend Odessa, of course. Down here in the Crimea, we've got to try to hold the Crimea, but we've got really weak Romanian troops here. I was trying to bring some Germans down. The problem is we're not getting enough supply here. The port supply is just not doing it. If we look at some of these Italians, here's just a random one, 29% on the food. If we look at this one, 12%. 21%. They got a little bit this time, but they didn't get enough to make a big difference. Can we hold this? Now, this is really defensible territory here, but we've got to have some units that are halfway decent to do it. Okay, to the comments. Wow, a lot of people showed up all of a sudden. Hey, Reed Schaffer, how are you? Good to see you. McCall is here. Hey, M60, glad you're back. Bananas! All right, Bananas, you're here. That makes it official. Big Head Valley's here. Fantastic. All right, good crew. Good crew. I'm going to need all the help I can get. Let's look at our air forces very quickly. I was tempted. Well, actually, wrong. Let's go look at our reserves very quickly. What do we have on the ground? Well, we've got this Panzer Division at 69%. Good old lucky 69. I'm going to move it to the map. Let's just do it. I mean, we're running out of time. We need everything that we can get down on the map. We've got a field division here. We'll move that onto the map. We've got another field division. Let's put that on. If nothing else, they can go sit in a town and do garrison duty or something. But we've just got to move everything on the map that is usable at this point. We can't just sit around. Let's move this marine flak. It was at 84%. Let's get that back out there. 48, 78 is a mixed flak. Sure. 78 is better than 90% of our units at this point. I think for the AA that does it. For the guns, let's get these Panzerjägers out on the map. He's got tanks everywhere, so Panzerjägers, of course, would be very helpful against tanks. They're anti-tank guns. So yeah, you could say they're helpful against tanks. Let's do a yes there. I'm just going to move everything out here that's essentially over 60 or 70%. This is 66. It's not perfect, but got to get it out there. We just got to use every bit of material that we have to try to hold this off. We've got a couple of Stug battalions that have rebuilt back here, so excellent. As a matter of fact, we've got 3 of them. That could be helpful. And let's do one more onto the map. I'm just bringing it all out. Again, at this point, what difference? They're not doing any good back here. Look at this SS Nebelwerfer unit. Let the rocket's red glare fly here. Let's put them out on the map. That looks fun. Okay, so we'll have to look at our support units this time and see, kind of where we're sitting. Now, there's this weird yin and yang with the air at this point because it takes supply to run your Luftwaffe, okay, but we do need ground support somewhat. I mean, we've gotten by with we've kind of just battled him to a standstill in the air. I think that, we did quite well for parts of early in the summer of 42, but now those air battles, Ifler, we're not doomed. Don't be that way, Ifler. I would hate to ban you. No, I'm kidding. Um, we've got some, level bombers. We've got some fighter bombers in here that we could transfer to the map. I think I may wait a turn. The only thing I definitely want to get on the map are these transport planes because we need to be transporting as much freight as we can. So we've got KGZBV, okay, sure, KGBZVB, whatever. I It's a lot of letters. And where do we want them? I mean, I kind of want them, over here in Romania. I've got to fly freight to uh, Sevastopol if we can. And so, where to put them? I don't know. We could put them back here at Galate. They could fly over to the port and take over here. So I think I'm going to right click on that and I'm going to try to bring an air group from the reserve. Now let's take off all and see if we can bring a transport group. 10 ready planes, 105th Romanian transport. Perfect. Okay, let's put that on there and we'll put them back down in Romania, and hopefully, uh, we can get some freight flying over this way out of Galate. These generally have a pretty good range. So there's 24 of these actually. Let's make sure that it's under Romanian Air Command. It is. Okay, perfect. That's great. Where else? Well, we don't have much territory down here to get the German transports on. We could also put some. Oh, you can see the range of this. I mean, this thing can go forever. Those transport planes can. Um, where else? I mean, we could try to fly out of Lvov, bring air groups from the reserve, just the transports. We've got 37 and 17. That's a good number, but I really want them further south in case we need to fly that way. But where to put them? Um, I could put them back at one of these bases, I guess, and try to fly it from near Odessa. Bring air group from reserve. Now, see, we can't put any transports in there, so maybe it has to be up this way. There they both are. Now, what's their max range is 48. Is that right? Let's look on the. Oh, I can't look at it there. Okay, I'm just going to put them on this air base. We can say multiple air bases in case it wants to go a few different places. And let's transfer those onto the map. So now we've got as many transports on the damn map as we can get, and we can hopefully fly freight out here. We could fly freight here or here. And these guys are actually where they are right now. They could potentially fly freight up to Kiev, which may need it at some point, certainly. Um, this is the group I just put down, right? Oh no, this is a bunch of recon planes. I don't even need these. I really just want these to go back into the reserve, but I don't want to have to go through group by group. Send to the reserve. All right, I'm going to do it. Sorry, it's going to take me just a second. Let's send all of these recon planes to the reserve. All they're doing is eating up supply at this point because I'm not using them. So we may as well send them back to the reserve and get them off the map. And we'll come back down to the south here in a second and see if there's anything else we want to send off to the reserve. Send to the reserve. Yeah, I told you it might take me a second. I mean, it's like 4 planes in a squad, 3 planes in a squad, but we're not running any recon right now. I just don't see the need for it. I know that we've all had disagreements about recon through the course of this game, and maybe when I have a chance to test the game out a little bit, it'll dawn on me how we should be using the recon. But as of right now, I'm not too impressed with it. Romanian fighter group, we've got 7 planes there, and we've got 22 planes there. I would like to have some fighters. I think I want to move them back a little bit, though. Let's look at their range circles, just see how far. Okay, they're getting out, to here, but I think I want to put them back on this level 2 airbase. And so let's do that. And I'll just do an immediate transfer. I don't want them quite this far forward because who knows what the hell's going to happen here. And we'll take the 3rd Romanian fighter flotilla and we'll control that and we'll just fly it back to these bases here. It wants to go back to Sermefopol. Easy for me to say. We'll do that immediate transfer. Okay, and so now we've got our Romanian fighters, just back here trying to back all of this up. I could put him there, but who knows if he's going to be able to bust through this or not. I don't like them eating up supply, but we've got to have some fighters out here so he just doesn't bomb the living daylights out of us. We've got Transport Group Mitte here. It's got 48 planes right in Odessa. That's perfect. Transport Group South has 137 planes. That's nice. Okay, that looks good. So we've got our 2 transport groups there. We've got Italian fighters down here, and then we've got a bunch of recon. Get rid of the recon. Again, it's eating supply, and we're not using it. So I don't see the point in keeping it on the map. I think you could maybe do this with just the AOG, but I'm not exactly sure how to do it yet. So I'm just going through each squad and sending to the reserve. But let's put them there so they stop eating up any bit of supply. We need every bit that we can get. So we'll get out of that. And almost there. I know this is fascinating television. You're like, man, I love when he puts the recon guys back to the reserve. It's my favorite part of every episode. Okay, so now they're out. We've got the Italian fighter group sitting here. It's got 15 ready planes out of 26. You can see its range circles are just right here. I actually wouldn't mind scooting that up a little bit. What do we have in it at Odessa? I said we've got 48 planes. Are those single engine aircraft or double, 2 engine aircraft? Engines 2. All right, but it's a double air base here. So I think we could move these fighters up, right? I think we would have enough. It just wants to go to there. I'll go ahead and do it that way. Immediate transfer. Ackerman already has support, so it's fine. It was green. So the Italian's there. Now, where's your second air Hungarian? Oh, it's the transport and recon. Okay, recon goes back. Recon goes back. And recon goes back. But of course, we want to keep those 11 Hungarian um, transport planes here. All right, JG-54, it's all sitting here. 109 fighters out of Iasi. Sure, I'm sure that's how the locals say it. We've also got 71 bombers that are kind of back here. That's fine. KG-4 bombers. We've got bombers here. Now this is kind of exposed. I actually will move this back to Tarnopol just so I don't forget about it. I'm just going to move them back a little bit. Let's do that as a plan transfer. I think they would be okay for 1 turn, but if he continues to push this way, I just want to get him moved back a little bit. But we'll do that as a planned. We've got ZG-1. These are fighter bombers, I believe. They are indeed. They're operating as bombers, or at least that group was. And that one also, 2 very small groups in ZG-1. We've also got, hey, more recon. All right, well, back you go. Fun stuff. But we may as well get this right. We're hanging on by the edges of our fingernails, and I just don't want an infantry division to not get full supply because they're trying to supply an air base. Not gonna not gonna help us at this point for recon anyway. Keeping some fighters and bombers on the map makes sense, but these guys just going back to the reserve makes sense to me. Okay, so they're out of here. These are just those, ZG ones. That's fine. We've got bombers back here, 33 sitting at Lutsk. Okay, they could potentially help out. We've got Stukas up here, I think. No, these are fighter bombers. Okay, sure. STG2, that's fine. That can stay there. What are they operating as? Are they operating as bombers? Okay. Sure. They could move back a little bit. Maybe I will. Let's just move them back to Rovno, and we'll just do that as a plan transfer so they get the proper support uh, when they get back there. It moved two of the three, but it'll wait to move the third one until the support gets there for it. KG-28, why is that on the move? Did I want that to go back to? I guess I did. Okay, sure. We'll move that back to Covell. That's fine. As we move north, KG-53 is on the move a little bit. That was a planned move. Transport Group North has 110 planes. This all looks good. Sure. Okay, fine. STG. Now this looks a little dangerous to me. These are tactical bombers, the 87B, the Stukas. So we've got some Stukas down here. They've got a decent range. Let's look at this. I mean, look, they're way out here, so we don't really need them this close to the front, but we really also don't really need to move them. JG-52 bombers, we've got 40 of them sitting here, probably a little close to the front for my liking, honestly. JG-51. Let's actually take the fighters and try to put them all in at Vitebsk. Control. I think we can hold Vitebsk. We'll put them at these two air bases, but I want them a little closer to the front. We'll do that as a plan transfer, though. What's the difference if you're new to the game? An immediate transfer means they go to that base automatically, whether there's the support there to support them or not. And it could lead to more operational losses because you don't have the support. If you do a plan transfer, it'll do it during your logistics phase to the extent it'll do it immediately if there's support there for the planes. It'll move some of the squadrons, but if there's not enough support, it'll hold off moving them to the logistics phase if you do it as a planned. Did that make sense? I'm not sure if I said that in the right order, but hopefully you get the idea. Okay, we've got some bombers back here, tactical bombers. These are recon, I believe. Yeah, it's TAC recon. Well, off you go. Let's get rid of these. Well, we're not getting rid of them. Maybe we'll bring them back out in the spring. I know some of you guys love to watch recon, but we're not doing it now. I know where the Soviets are. They're all over us. Our recon is getting fired at this point. Okay, get that off of here. Cool. Okay, off you go. Bombers, fighters. Let's look at their range circles. Now, see, this isn't doing much good when the fighters can only get here. I really would like to move them up, but I'm not sure exactly where. I would like to put them in this area, but we're under so much pressure here that I don't want them to get run over. You don't want to lose planes that way. Okay, KG-51, the bombers back here, that's totally fine. All right, I think that does it. Let's look at our air directives. Just make sure we're on ground support. We've got ground support for in the north, well, in the center north for 2nd Panzer, 4th Army, and 2nd Army. We actually really need to change this a little bit because, I mean, we've got 16th Army, we've got 18th Army that needs some help. Yes, 4th Army does need it. Okay, let's add a directive. Oops. Let's add some directives, I should say. All right, let's get on Luftflotte 1. It's got 883 total planes. 858 of them are active. You can see all of their range circles. Let's take that off. You can see everywhere where they're based, and you can see the AOGs or the commands. They command the individual squadrons. And then over here, you can see every single air base where you have aircraft. You can even see some recon that I don't think we need. The recon generally starts with this off-clar, so they're fairly easy to identify. Stukas, fighter bombers, KGs are always bombers, JGs are always fighters. These SCHGs, those are generally fighter bombers. Um, and then the STGs are generally Stukas or TAC bombers. Just quick when you quickly look over these, looks like I got most of the recon off, if not all of it, for Luftflotte 1. But let's put on ground support. So once you have the Luftflotte selected, you go over here to give it a brand new mission. Um, or directive as it's called here. Just think of it as a big overall order. This is what I want you to do. You're not going to control the individual flights or sorties, but you give it the big one. When it's in bold with an asterisk, you're ready to set it up, all right? And then just forget about this section. You come down here and it tells you what to do next. Select ground headquarters that you want to help. Okay, well, we want to help 16th Army and 18th Army. Now you can see, it sections off the different armies here. We could also just help Army Group North. Let's do that. We'll just put it in as Army Group North. Better than poor weather to fly it. The game will decide. If you leave it on auto, the game will decide which AOGs to send the missions out of. You kind of just give up your control. Let's confirm that. Then you have to come back up, confirm it, okay, and you're ready to go. I'm also going to take these two off. I'm going to delete these. Yes. Second Panzer, I believe, is under Army Group Center. So I'm going to take that off. And what I'm going to do is put in, now we've got this one is the only directive we have. I'm going to click on ground support again, and then down you go. Once it's, highlighted and asterisked, then you're giving it actual orders, and you just come down here. So we did Army Group North, okay? I'm also going to do Army Group Center, and there you can see, yep, 2nd Panzer Army, 2nd Army, 4th Army, and then in the north we have 9th, 16th, and 18th. Okay, so let's do Army Group Center, and then you got to come up and confirm it. Okay, and so instead of going through every army and Panzer Army or giving it specifics, I'm just going to let the game pick where it thinks it needs the help. And now we've got both of those doctrines in, and if we click off of that, let's just right click there. You can go back, you can see here, Luftflotte 1 has 2 directives. We can go look at them. They're both ground support. Army Group North, Army Group Center. You can also come to the directives here. See Luftflotte 1, ground support, Army Group North, and Army Group Center. All right. I know the air portion of this game is kind of like Sanskrit. Sometimes it can be till you get used to it. I actually really like it now that I'm used to it. But let's do the same stuff with Luftflotte 4. Now, Luftflotte 4 is our main overall air command in the south. Luftflotte 1 was the main overall air command in the north and center. But now that we're up here, Luftflotte 4, you select on it, you can see its directives, and now I'm going to delete them all. Let's just delete them all, and then we'll come back to them. All right, let's get rid of that. Now you see we have one active, ready to go, ground support. Now let's say that I wanted to do something different. Let's say I wanted to do recon. All you would need to do before you've started entering this in is just click over on the recon, change the air directive type. It will clear all data. Well, that's fine. We haven't put anything in, and now it's on recon. Then you just go to the next box, and it'll say, do you want to do strategic? No, we'd probably want to do tactical. What's your target? You set it out here, and so on and so forth. You just go right down the list. Now, I generally leave these on auto, but if for some reason you want to select the exact AOGs that you want running this mission, you can also do that, and you would just do that by You can get rid of all these by clicking on them, or you can just turn it off of auto. But anyway, we want ground support. So let's do ground support, and we want that to be Army Group A and Army Group B, or well, it's called Army Group Dawn now. So Army Group A only has 6th Army. We should actually put something else in Army Group A and take some of it out of Dawn. So let's put Army Group A, okay? Make sure you confirm them up there. Now it's confirmed on, and then let's do another ground support, and this one will do Army Group Dawn, okay, and then just confirm that, easy peasy. It will auto decide what to do as far as missions. Now we have 231 fighters and 338 bombers in Luftwaffe 4, 231 recon aircraft. Now where the hell are all these recon aircraft? Oh, those could be transports. My bad. Those are utility. It could be either recon or transports. I would assume the vast majority of those are transports. All right, so we don't have any fighters up north. I wonder if I should take one of the fighter groups up here and move it down by Kiev. We just don't have any fighter cover, and I've got 3 fighter groups right here. So why don't I actually do that? Let's move these down here. But to where is the question? Holy moly. Well, I don't have any good air bases out here. I mean, yeah, I could put it there. I could put it straight in Kiev, but they're gonna drain off supply there. I could put it here, but that's now well under pressure. I guess here? What if I try to do this? Okay, there is enough. Hold on. Let's get off the air directives. Okay, so we've got this now set up as a transfer. Let's do it as an immediate transfer. Okay, now it's down there. Then we want to put JG52 underneath the Flieger Corps that's here. What does that mean? Well, we've got Luftwaffe 4 as the main command, but underneath it, then it's got Flieger Corps. This would be, analogous to 6th Army or 11th Army. This would be analogous to Army Group South, right? And so we're going to want it in 8th Flieger Corps. So let's put it in 8th Flieger Corps if we dare, and we do. Okay, so now that's an 8th Flieger Corps. Now we can go back, click on the Luftwaffe, and yeah, I've got 5 planned transfers. You can see that here. Um, okay, so now we've got more fighters down here. Let's go to ground support. We did Army Group A, Army Group Dawn. Okay, well, that's what I want. So, fine, that's done. Now we have KDO East, and we've got Hungarians here. We probably really should bring the Hungarians down here for support. So I've got fighters that can, fly out over Odessa. I've got some now that can fly out over Kiev. I did have the Hungarians up here, but I think I'm going to actually transfer them down here. But to where? Let's go there if we can. Again, you got to get off the air directive screen. Just hit this, which means, like cancel. Let's do immediate transfer. There should be decent support down there. Let's do that. Now, these guys are in what's called KDO East. It's another big overall command. It's like, I use it for the secondary guys, like the Hungarians and the Romanians, although the Romanians have their own air command, so you could put them in there as well. But the Hungarians and Romanians don't play well together, so we'll put all the Hungarians. Let's just put you. Oh, this is the fighter regiment. Let's cancel that one. Let's go back up to it. There's only 4 planes here, so we could bring it in, go where you want to go. Let's go immediate transfer. Okay. And that's, I think, all we pretty much have in KDO East. Where's the rest of it? Let's click on it. Where else is it? Why is it all the way up here? Because it will center. Well, that's weird. Where else does it have? It's showing planes back here. Oh, the Croats? What the hell are they doing back here? Um, Interesting. Okay. Let's get on the Croats. These are fighters, I believe. No, they're level bombers. Huh. Weird. I guess I kind of left them behind without an AOG. Let's put them in. Well, they're directly under KDO East, which is fine. It doesn't have a Flieger Corps. Let's do this again. Where are they? They're at Katowice. We can look right here as well. I'm going to send them to the reserve for a turn. Then I have something at Radom. Let's send that to the reserve. Whoops. Jaslow. And we'll bring them back out, but okay, now KDO East should be down. Yeah, okay, now all of its stuff's right down here. KDO East, let's click on that, and let's just give ground support. You do it the same way, ground support, and we'll have them. Who do we want them to help? Really, they probably should help over here. But I'll put them for Army Group Dawn for now. No, Army Group Antonescu. Let's do that. It would help out over here. Now, the fighters, we may have to transfer them over, but I don't want to burden the supply over here. So let's do Army Group Antonescu. They can help over here. Oh, it's only going to send 15 fighters. Fine. Okay. Let's confirm that. Done. All right. I've been head down. Oh, I don't think we need extra airstrips. I think I mean, I understand what you're saying. I mean, maybe if the game was a little different at this point, but I don't think we need any extra airstrips. I mean, hell, we're almost back to the border. Like, look at all of this back by Lvov. If we keep getting pushed back, I mean, that's enough airfields to run the whole damn Luftwaffe out of. So I don't think we need any airfields. You know, if we could potentially hold this territory. We've got 3 level 2 airfields there. You know, I mean, we've got plenty of airfields. I don't think that's a problem. All right, so now you see, oh, Romanian Air Command. Well, let's go look at them. What are they up to? Well, I don't know. We're going to do ground support, and we want to do ground support with the Army Group Antonescu as well. Let's do it there. All right, and we'll just confirm that. Okay, and I think that's about it. Let's get off of here. KDO East, Romanian. I think we've got it all. Luftflotte 4. By the way, I'm going to do a full new series of tutorials on the air war in this game just because now I feel like I can just flit around. When I first did them, I mean, I understood the concepts, but I didn't understand it nearly as well as I do now. All right, let's execute the air directives. So we're not going to fly any missions, or we shouldn't. Let's put it that way. I was thinking about doing a series called, like, uh, you know, let's play aftermath tutorials and just try to make like 5 tutorials because I feel like I can go a lot faster now than when I first made the tutorials, but just kind of like as an introduction so people can jump right into the game. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, War in the East 2 is now available on Steam. That is exciting news. I've noticed a real uptick in the number of subscribers. People must be downloading it off Steam and saying, now what do I do? Uh, okay, so we got this all set up. That's awesome. All right, we got our air. The air portion of this game's the least of our concerns at this point, unfortunately. Okay, let's look at where we are. We've got the Narva line. All of these guys should be in pretty good shape now. 14,797. The TOE 8486, we'll take that. That looks fine. Now, when I say fine, if the Soviets get enough units here and enough strength here, this is not going to hold. But given what we have, the material that I have available here, it's about as good as we could hope for right now. 82 of 85. I've rebuilt some of these units. I've taken them off the line. Like, this is 90 of 92. That all looks good. This is 83, 86. Now, this unit withdraws next turn. You've got to be kidding me. Because I wanted to take this division right here and move it to the, move it down here to the and help around Pskov. But that's not an option now. We're going to have to go double stack it here for a turn anyway. Um, and this guy's going to withdraw next turn, which is too bad because he's in great shape, relatively speaking. So I'm just going to go. Well, I don't want him to. I guess I'll just let him sit here. Lindemann is oversubscribed, but why? Who else? Oh, he's got this unit down here. That was my bad. I should have changed that last time. Now, as it is, he's got these 5 divisions, so he's really a 10 on his command of 9. Make sure they're all on level 2 supply priority, medium. Okay, I could maybe even take them down to a 1 just to help other things, but I'm not going to do that. 16th Army sits out here under Schöne, a very good general. Lindemann's also a very good general. 677, although he's got a 6 for morale, which is arguably the most important trait of our generals. Most Germans, you want to see 7s or 8s in morale. He's got a 6. Okay. I mean, again, we got much bigger things to worry about. I think one thing I want to do is get a field Luftwaffe field division up there, and just use it, put it on reserve, so if the game wants to. What am I doing? Oh, I was going to go back here by Berlin. I thought we got another unit this time, but I must be wrong about that. Um, I think maybe it's next turn. Shoot. I mean, I always have them come in at Warsaw, or they come in naturally at Berlin. So, okay, well, we don't have anything else, and there's nothing we can bring from the north. Let's look at Lindemann, look at his support units. He's oversubscribed. Does he also have. No, he's just got these guys, so I just need to change this command here. It's coming directly out of 16th Army. Okay, let's look at his support units. He's got howitzer gun, mixed flak, motorized light, Luftwaffe light. This is a good mix. He's got a Stug battalion. He's got 2 Pioneers, 2 construction, and some rockets. That's how I love to set them up. You lock it like that, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing else to do. Gosh darn it, I wish I could this guy wasn't withdrawing. That really hurts because I really need all the help down here we can get. Okay, well that's it. That's 16th Army. Now then, what else does well, I say 16th Army. That's 50th Corps. They're up here holding. What do I have in else do I have in 16th Army? Now I set up a fortified zone, which is up, it's got 1220 men. It doesn't have much supply. That's why it's showing red, but it just got here. I just built it. I've got that sitting with this Jaeger. They're in a level 3 fort. I feel like that's fairly secure. I mean, he's moved out here like 3 or 4 times and then moved back. He doesn't seem that interested in going any further. We have 23rd Corps. That's under von Arnim. He's also a 6 in morale, only a 5 in initiative, 7 admin, then he's 7 on the ground. He's kind of your average German general, really, for somebody that you know about. Hans Hubei, remember when we brought Hubei back? He does not have a command right now. It would only cost 9 points to put him in command of the Finns. That's something to think about. That's something to think about. Otherwise, just looking through our generals, do we have anybody that we're really just, missing out on that could be doing a good job? A lot of these guys could step in and do fine. You see, like a Janicki 667 with a 7 on the ground. That's a good general. For the Germans, it's a little above average, probably. Um, Average to a little above. But Von Arnhem's fine. I'm going to keep Von Arnhem here. We'll use Hubei somewhere else. I have a feeling in the center or the south we've got bigger problems than that. But Von Arnhem's got 9 of 9. We can put nothing else in there. 16th Army is running 24 of 27. Okay. That'll go down to 22 of 27 when this withdraws. We've also got a core down here. He's only 2 of 9. This is Von Roman. He's a 7.65 and a 7. Again, he's not got a, he's got a mediocre admin score, but he's got a 7 morale and a 7 on the ground. We're going to keep him in charge. And he's going to come up here as part of this new 16th Army group. So we've got the Finns as part of 16th Army, and then we're going to back up these guys. Now, this guy's not in great shape. He is in decent shape, 126th ID. Um, let's put him there. Let's put them both right here. Now, we don't get any advantage from moving back, but we don't have a fort level, and we don't, we need to move these guys back a little bit. If he's in these 3 hexes, Pskov is in trouble eventually, but he did not take down our fort level last time. It may be only a matter of time before he takes it down. I would love to strike back here, but we can't afford. Let's just look at the defensive values. It's an X now, and if we look at our Finns, well, first of all, they can't even be on refit. Ready, ready. What I was thinking about, well, I can't move him anymore. Okay, I was going to put something back here in reserve, but we can't really do that. I could put this little guy on reserve for now. I mean, there's nothing out here. He'll maybe throw some troops in there. I don't know. It could help. Probably won't, but it could. Um, so these 3 are here, or these 2 are here. I've also got this unit here that is quite strong, the 102nd. We could put them in the light woods, and next time I could move him back. But I'm thinking about a triple stack there because, we can't allow him to get around all 4 directions here. 3 is bad enough, but all 4 would be doom. I could also move this here. Is this a clear hex? All right. I'm trying to use the terrain to our advantage as much as possible, but these are a lot of clear hexes. The only one that's not is we've got this, which is in the woods, but it may be the only one I end up not using. I may have to uncover this. What about this unit? 129th? Yeah, he's not in great shape. This is far and away my strongest unit down here. 57 and 64. They're going to have to drop back, but to where? I can give up this railway. I'm not too concerned about that because we've got another railway coming in this way with a lot of depots on it. The only depot here is there and then up to Ostrov. I mean, I guess I would like to keep that if we can. And maybe I just leave this alone for a turn and see what they do. He's in the light woods. This is actually a decent unit. 8. He's showing a 7 on the defense. Let's take this off for a second. A 5, a 7, a 15. How far back? Well, I guess I would go straight back there. Now, I hate to take him out of a level 2 fort, but I can't really have him out here on his own unless I'd really like this unit. I mean, he's in bad shape, right? I mean, this is a Luftwaffe field division. He's only got 7,000 men. This is what I'm using to hold this. My God. But maybe I could get something else around here, like this unit, and then move some of these guys around as we bring the rest of this around. This would be into the light woods. We've just got a gap here. We got to take care of this gap. Um, Really, ideally, I would probably set him here. Well, ideally, I would set him there. Um, I just, we can't have them blow us away here because it doesn't matter how strong we're in town then. Now, I should be able to keep shifting this around, though. Um, these guys can't move anymore. He can. He can. Yeah. I'm gonna move this headquarters up. All right. This is 42nd Corps. I'm gonna put both of these guys in 42nd Corps. If I can. There it is. 42nd Corps. 42nd Corps. Okay. So those two guys are in 42nd Corps. I'm actually going to switch places with these two and get the other member of 42nd Corps up here in the light woods. That's one of my stronger units. I want to hold it a little stronger here. Now, this is the weakest unit out here, but he's in between the two stronger units, so hopefully that holds. This unit, I'm just going to move straight back, I think, such as I have to give up that fort level. I don't like it, but I think that's the best thing to do. And I think I'm just going to move this guy back into the woods here and then move him around to here. Move him up there. Okay. This is Valor. Valor's a very good general. He's got an 8 morale, 7 on the ground. I'll just move him. Just put him in the woods right here. Okay, let's make sure we've got good support units here. We do good artillery, 2 light flaks and a mixed flak, a Stug, Pioneers, Construction, Werfer. Again, that's how I try to set them all up. But let's look at the Finns under von Arnim. Look at this. He's Hans Jürgen the Ninth. No, not really. That's a bug. Mixed flak, construction, Werfer. We could put a Stug in here if we've got one available. No, it's not. They'll be on the map next turn. That's right. Okay, let's make sure everybody gets their supply priority in 16th as a 2. Just on the off chance that somebody wasn't at a 2, we'll set it to 0, put it back to a 2. Everything under 16th Army is now a 2. All right, so I've got a little gap right here, but if I'm going to have a gap, that looks like the best place to have it. There's not a whole lot out here. If he wants to shove through this way, we'll have to deal with it later. Now then, he's got 4 movement points. He's not very strong, but I'm going to go ahead. Am I going to go ahead? Hold on. The Polizia, not the police, the Polizia, uh, they're not Polish. Gosh, remember that when people flip their shit on me for saying Polish. Can move him here. Where do I want my line to be out here? I actually want it to be kind of back here, to be honest with you. Eventually. Um, if this cavalry kind of wants to move down here, that's fine. I'm going to move him into, these are the heavy woods. How far back can this guy go? He can only go 1 hex. He's in the rough, which is fine. Polizia, where do I want you? Let's go. Ooh, he could get here with an attack. I think I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to try to knock this guy back. And we do. Okay, well, that's good. Now, he's in the light woods, and he really can't withstand much pressure, but so be it. This headquarters is going to come around and get in the heavy woods. Oh, not that far. Okay, now they're all in command. And then this unit, I think I could bring here to the heavy woods. Or here. Those are light woods. These are heavy woods. I could leave this kind of open this time a little bit until I can get this guy out. I think that's what I'll do, but we got to make sure we can get these guys scooted around, and then we have other stuff that can cover this. How far can the... Okay, these guys can get over here. Finally, the motorized can get out. This Panzer Division can get over here a little ways anyway. This is going to be a free agent because here's his headquarters way back here. So I think I can use him in this group. Okay. Polizei. That's, I said it right. Isn't that what I said? I kid, I kid, I kid. Yes, I can, Anthony. I've got to shift those things around. I mean, eventually these guys are going to get routed, but I've now got units that can move. These guys can come down 1 hex. He can come down 2 hexes. I can start to spread these out a little bit because these guys, this is where the main thrusts are coming now. They're going to get routed. Like all of this infantry, it's down to shit. We've got 12,000 total men in this stack. They're going to get routed this time. This is all I care about here. I say all I care about. Hell, I'm tempted to almost try to break him out somewhere, but I don't think we can do that. And then we've got another Panzer division. But again, I'm going to try to separate them and get them routed this turn. I'm going to try anyway. All of these guys are getting completely worn down. Um, so they should be routing soon, or at least I hope. This Panzer division, can he go? He can get over to here. And then we can start moving these guys. So all of this, I think, is going to be okay. All of this should get routed soon because they're already very worn down. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over to the heavy woods to here. What is this? Light woods? No, that's clear. I don't want that. Those are light woods, light woods, light woods. I'm just going to probably have to leave a little bit of a gap. I think I'm going to put him here. Nope, that's too far away from this. I don't want that to get stranded. I guess I can just go there for now. There's only two, and hopefully he does not then get um, isolated. Go here. I mean, I'll give him Neville. I'm not that worried about Neville. And I'm not talking about the Neville brothers for you pop fans. Gosh, he's in such danger. But if I've got this here, he can always try to get here next turn. He's also, I could have tried to knock that back, I guess. Um, this is considered what? Nothing. Water is 8 and snow is 7. My goodness. All right, I guess I'm going to put him there for now. This unit can come around to here. All right, and this is kind of going to be our defense of this sector. Now, once I get him back, I can put him like over here and maybe we can start scooting even more. But this line is starting to take a little bit of shape. Now, I've got to obviously protect, but this is terrible terrain. It's going to be very hard for him to link up there. And so that's why I feel comfortable moving these around. 2nd Panzer's out here, 9th Army's out here. Modal. Are these guys still in command? They are. 2nd Panzer, yep, they're still in command. Still in command. If I move 9th back a little bit, are they in command? Yeah, they're still in command. Okay. And then I think this unit I will start to add to this group. Okay, so I'll bring him. I could put him right up here. How far can this go? Well, I need this down here. I actually maybe need him there. How far can these guys go? Oh, excellent. Okay. Let's see then. Put him in here or here and have our line kind of come through here. He's got 6 of 9. That's the light woods. That's the light woods. I couldn't try to move up into the swamp next time, or even this time maybe. I'm going to wait for just a second. The motorized, I'll try to keep some distance here a little bit. So I'm going to move him west, even though I should probably move him south. Let's move him there. This guy can get a long ways. This motorized would have to come here. This motorized, okay, these guys can stay back to hold the line here. 10, okay, this guy can too. I mean, they're going to be moving one by one by one. But these guys can start to get out. I think we're going to be all right. For now, I think I'm going to put him right here. Okay, and I'll put him under 47th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. He's still got a movement point left if I want to move him around a little bit, but let's put him in 47th Panzer Corps. Sure. That's going back to 18th Army. 18th Army, we've got under von Kukler. Fine. He's got this headquarters. He's got directly has this guy. What do we have? 6 of 9 under Valor. Okay, let's put you under Valor. So that's 28th. Yeah, that works. For now, I mean, you do not want a Luftwaffe field division holding back this entire Soviet horde, certainly, but necessity is the mother of invention. Now we're into Polizei. I see. I get it. Guys act like I can't speak correctly. 5. He's out. Wait a minute. I thought I just put him. Did I put him in the wrong damn one? Oh, I picked 38th instead of 28th. Gosh darn it. He needs to be in command. He's going to get ripped if he's not. I'm going to have to stack with this guy. I don't want to do that, but I got to have both of these guys in command. That was my mistake. I tried to put it in 28th. I put it in 38th. That's the kind of stuff that gets you fired. Okay. Now these guys, that looks all right. That looks all right. He can't move anymore, but he can. And we can start coming down here. Now he's got a double purpose, holding these guys back and holding these guys back, but we're going to try to bring a little more down here to help him. This guy can go a long ways, though. I like that, but I think we're going to do that next time. I'm over the hour mark. Where did all the time go? I have not lost this game, Dr. Carl the One. I think we're going to pull this out. And it's going to be a lot of fun doing it. I don't know. I haven't played from this position ever. Maybe early on in the original game. So this is awesome. I think this is a lot of fun. You may disagree, but I don't think it's fun to just watch me walk to Moscow or capture 9 million troops in 1941. So we're going to eventually do that. We'll play a series where we just say, try to min-max the perfect moves. But I don't think if we can hold on to January 1st, then we can probably give up Smolensk at that point because it's going to be the point that's way out here. We could potentially also give up Kiev at that point because we get 25 extra points to spare. We've already got 18, so that's 43 points. Even if we lost 2 major cities, then we still haven't lost. So we could give up Kiev and Smolensk. Once we do that, it's just about playing judo, right? I mean, because if we can then get through the winter, we can bag a few million Soviet troops for 43. We'll be in better shape in the winter of 43 because we don't have as big a penalty. And then also, we're not trying to get out and get points anymore. That's over with, which really screwed us up this year. But anyway, we're going to win this, my friend. I haven't given up. Otherwise, I would turn it off if I had given up. But I think we can do it. You guys, huge optimist, right? I ought to be a politician. Everything's great. Anyway, You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for all of the interaction, all of the great comments. As always, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it again. Uh, we'll move through that salient. We'll hopefully get down near